Testing, testing. Oh, there's my. Oof. 1 second. Be right back. Let's try again. Alright, am I... Ooh, something looks bad here. Wonder why it's so... maybe I can close all of that. 1 second, everyone. Just trying to make this work a little bit better. Alright, cool. I hope that'll help. Looks like we have... So guys, the stream might have a few issues, and I apologize if it does. I'm trying to fix it here, but it's kind of odd. And hey, White Despair, I'm glad you can make it too. Hey, Viz. Hello, Trilox. I don't recognize that name. And hey, John. Alright, guys, yesterday we had a lot to talk about. What are we going to talk about today? And then one near. So, that should be Deathray. I feel bad that Deathray now has a name that I have to like be really careful with, but it's because we have two people that have names similar to names that are similar to names from Death Note. Anyway, good to have you guys here. I'm gonna check for spoilers for Hero Academia just in case. I don't think there should be any, but One Piece has their spoilers out, so you never really know. But seriously, I hope not. I hope it's gonna be next week. Oops. Got thunder shocked. Let's see. What is on... Yeah, no, there's nothing on... There's nothing on Reddit. Oh, sorry, not Reddit. There's nothing on 4chan, so that's good. Someone asked a question. Does Shoto qualify as a main character? I think so. I think Shoto is one of the main characters. Have you watched Doctor Who? Oh yeah, Viz. I watched a good chunk of the 10th. I watched a good chunk of the 11th, and I watched a good chunk of Capaldi's run. I think I like Capaldi quite a lot. Anyway, we continue our journeys. Let's see. Where do we gotta go next? And, oh, hey, Chris. Just saw you there. Okay, Chris is here as well. That's cool, that's cool. Anyway, guys, probably be chill otherwise. Yashori Island. Got that big river there. Hey, Speed. So it must be over here. Must be here where we're going. Anyway, yeah. Let's see if there's anything going on the anime sphere. This is my first little bit of YouTube for the day, guys. So if there's any weird news that popped up today, let me know. I know, like, in terms of weird news... I don't know, like, how many of you guys do you, know about Chris Chan? Like, for anyone who doesn't know, Chris Chan is just an internet legend kind of thing. Just one of those people on the internet that really has a presence on it. But, yeah, I read a little bit about the court proceedings with Chris Chan, and it's upsetting a little bit. If anyone knows Chris Chan, let me know. I think I might have asked this before in another stream, but it's because that situation is just growing. Let's see. Anime News Network complaining about slime. Let's see. Going through... Don't see any big news that's worth talking about here. Just looking on Anime News Network. Yeah, not really any big bits of news. Oh wait, there's going to be a chapter of Berserk. That's pretty cool. But otherwise, yeah, I don't see any big bits of news. Let me just check with the thing about Berserk. So Berserk will publish a new chapter It will feature a full color opening page. The issue labeled the chapter as the latest chapter of the manga. The magazine will be a memorial issue to Miura and will also have special messages to Kentaro Miura booklet and a poster of famous scenes from the manga. Okay, I guess we'll see what they want to do with Berserk when that comes out. Sad stuff still, man. Anyway, right before I rewatched the episodes with the Weeping Angel, I try to find myself all over again. Yeah, the Weeping Angels are pretty iconic. Like, that's the Weeping Angels were a good thing from Moffat's run. Chris Chan, never heard of him. Wow. Okay, yeah, no. So Chris Chan is an interesting person, and like, I should start by saying that Chris Chan has autism, and they have quite the life. They're a person to give you like the understanding of who this person is, and just so you can understand the kind of reality this person lives with. They made up a character called Sonic Chew. They made this little web comic that they drew with crayons and all that, and they posted it on the internet. They're the biggest target of internet trolls. There's videos of Chris doing very, very embarrassing things to own the trolls and all that kind of stuff. But Sonic Chew is a combination of Pikachu and Sonic, but Chris Chan is the kind of person that would say they made that up and there's no relation to it in any way whatsoever. Chris Chan is also obsessed with getting a girlfriend. This is all part of their internet history, and that's why they were an easy target of bullying from 4chan. Anyway, point is that Chris Chan is a high-functioning autistic person, and recently they're in the news because Chris Chan did something unspeakable to their senior mother, and that's where we are now. And it's just the reason I want to talk about, or the reason I'm bringing it up, is just because like the stuff that's happening with the court proceeding, it's a little bit unnerving, just because Chris has a well-documented history of not being well adjusted, and it's unfortunate and tragic to see this person coming face to face with the legal systems in America, and it's like this person legitimately isn't well. We are like, it's an interesting situation in general, and as it unfolds, it's just like, again, from my perspective, like I have friends who work with autistic people. I've worked also with children at risk. This is one of those things where this person isn't mentally competent enough, even though they sound like they're mentally competent. And so to see them to see them having the legal system applied to them as if they were competent is a little bit unnerving, just because legitimately they're not well adjusted. Anyway, it's a giant thing, and it's going to be interesting to see what precedent is created here, and there's probably going to be like a big reaction on the internet from it, just because Chris Chan has such an internet presence. Like, we're probably going to be seeing some really weird spin in the news about this particular person. It's interesting, right? It's like, we're talking about like early 2000s internet culture now being welcomed into the mainstream here. Scary stuff. I finished Tokyo Ghoul, and chapter 6 of Trojan X came out, so I'm convinced Sui Ishida is a genius. I'm sure you are, Desiree. Chris Chan's life is terrifying. Agreed. Sayu Special is a new way to travel. Oh. Let's see. Hey, Sarge. Opinion on my mayo? Mayo. You mean mayonnaise? Mayonnaise, alright. He did the deed with his mom. Let's see. I believe they said no bail. Yeah, no, they said no bail. And yeah, Ty, we're just talking. Just talking about current events. They said to Chris no bail, and I believe Chris had a tantrum in the courtroom where they were asking to go out and they were asking to go and get the chance to go back home to collect their things. And it's like, okay, you know, that's 100% what Chris would say. So I believe the tantrum was they stamped their feet and wanted to call off the bail hearing because they wanted to collect their things. And it's just, again, like, they're not well adjusted. This is, if there was, insanity plea is a little, I wish Jason was here so we could talk about this more, but like, insanity plea is a little bit too aggressive, but there needs to be like some kind of understanding of this person is significantly. They're not living in the same reality that everyone else is living in. But again, it's going to be really interesting to see how the legal system's going to handle this. I mean, like, personally, I don't know how many, I don't know how many cases take into account the fact that someone might be autistic when they're doing trials. I just don't know that much. I don't know that many trials involving severely autistic people. And when I say severely autistic, I want to just make it clear. I'm meaning people who are significantly far along the spectrum, such that their cognition and their interpretation of reality is significantly compromised. So I have to be careful there because, like, autism is a wide spectrum. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Why Henry Kissinger got Nobel Peace Prize since he caused 3 million deaths? John, I do not know enough to be able to answer that, so I will have to look into it. Henry Kissinger. But the Nobel Peace Prize is a little bit of a scam, man. Like, anyone can be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Like, the Nobel Peace Prizes are pretty much just the kind of thing that are there for... They're a game that can be manipulated. Like, did you guys know that in the same time that Hillary Clinton was being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, you had Trump being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize? Like, the Nobel Peace Prize Corp, they're just... It's a kind of slimy organization. It's about as slimy as academia can be when you're in, like, the really far rungs of academia. Christian has enough awareness of right and wrong, which is all that's necessary to be held liable for crimes. Yeah, Speed, you know, Prower talked about that one time. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if that awareness is just, just pretending to have awareness, you know? Lightning. Let's bolt. I mean, I understand why you said that, though, Speed, because I know the things that Chris has said before as well. But it's just, it's the kind of thing where Chris says it and I don't particularly believe it, but I want to be careful there because I don't want to get in the habit of saying that, yo, I know better for a particular person. It's just every other part of their behavior is so compromised that I can't in good judgment say that they are I can't in good judgment say that they know what they're talking about whenever they say things out loud. Like, it's kind of like a kid that says things without fully understanding the meaning of the words. And, like, I'm thinking of another case that occurred in Canada, specifically revolving around a... specifically one revolving around a kid that had slaughtered 5 people at a house party. Like, from the way that they... Like, he had a schizophrenic episode. But at the end of the day, like, they did an insanity plea for him. But the way that he was talking about it at the beginning, like, it seemed like he knew what he was doing at the time. But mind you, like, the realization of knowing that he was doing something wrong was part of the schizophrenic episode. So even though, like, in the moment of it, you could argue the person had the knowledge of right and wrong, the schizophrenic episode is still what was having the effect. Now, mind you, that case is really controversial in Canada. Like, a lot of people are not very happy about the fact that that guy got insanity plea, and they're not happy about how it was all treated. So it's a really controversial case because it only happened a few years ago as well. But it's always interesting. Like, for me, I find it interesting the way that people interact with mental deviancies in general. Always an interesting topic. Oh, I forgot to cover the birds. Oh, damn it. That's going to be... Well, at one point, I'm going to have to go cover them, guys. Anyway, Christian... Oh, let's see. Hey, Joe, did you check that stuff I posted for you in stream chat? I think I did last night a little bit quickly, Viz. Thanks. I think I should probably look at it again because my memories aren't that great. I was talking to Gohan last night, and I gave it a quick look as I was speaking to him. So let me just check again, make sure I didn't miss anything. And comment, like, just to stay legal here, whatever he did it's only in an audio recording that he says he did it, or sorry, that Chris says they did it. So we don't really know if Chris is actually telling the truth or if he was doing it for clout. Can never really tell. Oh yeah, Viz, I got it. So just to read it out for you guys, this tweet about the person dropping. That's it. I'm dropping My Hero Academia. I started this show because I relate to Bakugo, and the fact Horikoshi is changing his personality to appeal to his crybaby fanbase is extremely hurtful. It's been a good ride, but I don't see how the series can recover from this horrible choice. 153 retweets, 875 likes. It's hilarious. That's a hilarious one, man. Oh man, I love now that the Tumblrati have gone into Twitter. Let's see. Hey, hey, Talo. It's good to have you, man. You're free. Holy crap, on a Wednesday, too. Hey, man. Let's see. Trip, I watched your Moonlit Fantasy video after watching Emma. Emma is the true leader of the fog domain. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Seems like the best remedy is a bullet to the head. I'm not gonna talk about that speed. Hey, Animamus Academia. Maybe All for One really did start UA. Thanks. Can you cover them up? Alright. Maybe All for One really did start UA. Then if the Nobel Peace Prize is coming. Yeah, maybe. From my time in school, there was never really cases with autism and insanity. Only thing I know, it's rare for it to happen, but that's coming from a person who had criminal justice classes in Texas. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Saw a theory the other day that just made me lose a bit of faith in our speech that I don't know I still had. The theory was that All for One was a travel from the future and alternate timeline. That's why he knows everything. Setting aside just how stupid the theory, since when has All for One known everything? No, but White Despair, you forget. The only thing that matters is the most recent thing that All for One said. No, All for One doesn't know everything. That's hilarious. The guy who created Dynamite won the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, Dynamite, yo, it's conducive to peace. Like, if you look, the guy with Dynamite, no one's really going to stand up against him. You know, it's going to force peace regardless of whether you want it or not. I read the latest Tower of God chapter. One of the villains in the series gives a bit of backstory and why to despise Bomb. Oh, that's great. Just finished Death Note. The ending surprised me. I thought Light was going to win. Common? Yeah, a lot of people thought that too. Long story short, the villain hates Bam because Bam is strong and will get stronger without the need for giving up his humanity while they had to do this so they get stronger. Okay, he's jealous. Oh, Tallow, Tuesday and Wednesdays will not be your official days off. Nice, man. Nice. Okay, yeah, okay. Cool, Tallow. Hey, Gohan. That's great to hear, man. I've been, like, ridiculously busy, Tallow. Ridiculously busy. I haven't been able to, you suggested that series to me too, Tallow, right? Hero Manager or something like that? I haven't gotten around to that one yet. But just know, I think I remember the title. I have to look for it, though. To quote All for One, I miscalculated. Yeah, he definitely knows everything. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. Look, man, why do we have to be so black and white here, right? We can just be like, oh, you know, All for One, he doesn't know everything. He's just really good at planning for all potential failures. Right? Like, I'm okay saying that. Just say, yeah, I feel that's probably the most fair thing you could say about All for One without really pumping him up too much. He just plans more or less okay for failure. Yeah, I really just don't know why we have to just be on one particular route with All for One here. But then again, wouldn't really be people on the internet if they weren't sticking to extremes. You know, guys, I think just at the end of the day, when it comes to like autistic people, it just kind of terrifies me, the idea that, for instance, one of the troubled kids that I'm aware of, it scares me that they could potentially be held liable for something that legitimately they just don't know well enough. But then again, maybe I'm being too soft on it in general, but I don't know. Life's hard. So apparently Vegeta's beating the crap out of Granola in his God of Destruction state. Vegeta's definitely going to lose now. No! Oh, but that... Yo, I gotta say, though, I do like that new state Vegeta has. It took me a while to realize that it was kind of a riff on Super Saiyan 3. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't realize Super Saiyan 3 didn't have eyebrows until I saw Vegeta. Um, but yeah. I really hope Vegeta gets like a good victory here. Like I'm okay if like Vegeta kind of loses stamina and that's why he has to back off. But he's been doing pretty good here. Heck, if Vegeta can take this guy down and Goku just gets a whole new enemy, I think that'd be pretty alright too. I'd be in.
Let's dance.
Back when realized he was an awful once. That is what pisses this guy off. What? That guy is awful. Wants to stay a little shit. Yeah. Oh, Gohan. No, man. Seriously, man. Don't worry about it. It's like Gohan. This is a hobby, not anything that you should feel that you're forced to do, man. Don't worry. I hope you're well. The villain wants to see Bam become corrupted by his own power so he can give him a proper fight. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was here, manager. I've been in the work bubble last month. I'm completely behind on anything and everything except for the etchy anime about the girls' dorm. Oh, the mother's goddess dormitory. Are you enjoying that? I really like the opening for it, but I don't know if I can. I just haven't been able to bring up the energy to sit down for it. I'm behind on my stuff too, Tallow, just because of how busy I've been otherwise. Stinks too because it got really good story wise, not just smut time wise. Okay, Tallow. Goku got dropped against that opponent. Yeah, we just do a victory. Let's see. The new Dragon Ball is too. I don't think it's out yet. I think Sarge is talking about spoilers. Like the chapter should be out in like 10 days, right? Honestly, I think that saying that All For One plans for failure is still giving him way too much credit. Just look at Doctor when the heroes broke Shigaraki's pod. Everything was for naught. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like he didn't plan. Well, for that one, you know, All For One wasn't there, so that for that one, I'll give it a pass. I'll give it a pass. I felt like the lines between Shonen and Seinen are blurred. A lot of Seinen would fit well in Shonen demographic, vice versa. Series like Berserk are too mature for that, but others would work out. Yeah, the lines between Shonen and Seinen do get ultimately blurred. I mean, again, like it's interesting because Shonen isn't a genre. It's specifically a target. It's a target market. So as long as something is made for like, it's just so difficult because you say made for kids, but then you look at the situation with Endeavor in My Hero Academia, and it's like, yeah, no, there's a lot of moral ambiguity here. Like this is actually pretty hardcore. This causes moral dilemmas every day. So it's kind of hard. It's like the thing is, most shonen will eventually, or most shonen can become seinen if we're talking about subject matter, right? Mind you, seinen will sometimes be a little bit more gory, and a little bit more aggressive. But shonen, in terms of ideas, can definitely get to seinen levels. But when it comes to shonen and seinen, I think the thing is too, at the beginning is when they're the most shonen and the most seinen. Like Hero Academia is super shonen at the beginning, and maybe only kind of goes into deeper topics as it goes on and matures a little bit, right? Although, like, you can also say that, but then you look at something like One Piece. One Piece has stayed whimsical all the way throughout. One Piece is 100% shonen, mind you. They touch on things, but it's the whimsical layer keeps it nice. Yeah, no, it's an interesting conversation. Ultimately, shonen and seinen pretty much say what exactly the publishing magazine was aiming for. From my time in school, I don't even remember off the top of my head anybody getting insanity. Classes with 15 and 16-year-olds have gotten life. Okay, Texas is a state that cares more about punishment than rehabilitation. Yeah, but that's a good chunk of the America as well, though. America's like that. There's currently 2 airing. The Skeleton MCM coming out. Nobel was the inventor of dynamite. His brother died and people thought it was him, and he read his obituary and wanted to just be remembered for more than just death. Oh, that's too bad. I follow isekai harem manga that I wouldn't just because the MC gets married and gets... Yo, Gohan. Yeah, respect. Same with Boruto, hoping Vegeta takes the dub finally. Realist Hero, Moonlit something, Spirit Chronicles, second season of Villainous. Okay, yeah. Moonlit Fantasy, Spirit Chron. Those are the ones I'm watching too, Tallow. Except for Villainous. I'm going to catch up later. Why does L like sweet so much? It's just a gimmick. Common. Cambodia was neutral in Vietnam War, but no, Nixon had order Henry sent bomber to drop Cambodia. And because Khmer Rogue rise to power. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like a power vacuum type thing. Interesting. Realist Hero, Moonlit. Let's see. Don't know if battle in 5 seconds counts. I want to read light novel as well. A friend of mine reads the light novel Realist Hero. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Ty, we just talked about it. I saw the article just now that they're getting another chapter. I was reading... In my opinion, One Piece should have ended a long time ago. That's okay, Common. Your opinion doesn't matter in this particular one, right? The sales is what matters, and Oda can keep it going. Every One Piece fan wants to see One Piece end, but they also want to enjoy the journey. When I was watching Dragon Ball Z, I would never have thought Goku and Vegeta would become angels and gods. Wait, anime miss, but Goku was quite literally an angel very often. He had a halo a lot of time in Dragon Ball Z. I think there was even there's even official art of Goku with angel wings. I'm pretty sure. Really? Did you really not think that Goku would become an angel? That one's funny. I'm still wondering how Death Note is shonen. Teenage empowerment. That's how. Because Light was still a teenager at the beginning. It's teenage empowerment. Took a while for Jolly to get up to the part people have been waiting for in the manga. Good. Best small anime MCs. Ooh, best small. So I'm assuming you say small, you mean short anime MCs. In terms of the best ones, maybe the pair from Decadence are really good. Decadence is 12 episodes. Yeah, Assassination Classroom is short-ish. Assassination Classroom's characters are pretty good. Let's see. What else do we got? If you like style over substance, then the guys from... Oh, god damn it. I forgot the name of the series because I didn't do the review about it. Shoot. It was done by Danganronpa. It was a bunch of criminals. Wait, Akuma Drive. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say... I think it's more, but... Akuma Drive? No. Anyway, something Drive. Those MCs might be alright. Yeah, short anime. Can't really think of too many. One Piece has a lot of good stuff in it. Let's see. The Yonko aren't pushovers. The crews aren't either. I don't know, Gohan. I think the crews might be pushovers. Because, like, Gohan, if you think about it, the Flying Six are technically supposed to be captains before Kaido recruited them. And we have a lot of the Straw Hats just flat out taking out captain level people. So, I don't know. I do think that a good chunk of the Yonko crew are pushovers. I think there's a few that are actually really hardcore. But otherwise, pushovers. I mean, they're all good for skirmish, though, which is really cool. What are your thoughts on Idris Elba cast as Knuckles in the second Sonic movie? Oh, I like Idris Elba, so it's just a voice role, whatever. Yeah, I'd love to see... I'm okay hearing it. Mind you, I don't have that much of a... I don't have much of a connection to Sonic, so I don't have an investment. Sars asked, can you really call Denji safe for kids in Chainsaw Man? I feel some of the newer stuff like Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kai push the boundary for what shonen is sometimes in the way they act. I kind of... It's tough, because I'm not really sure where exactly Japan lands on what is age appropriate. Like, I legitimately don't understand how they come about deciding their things. But... yeah, for Chainsaw Man, I just tell myself, like, okay, you know, Denji's a kid. That's probably how they made this shonen. He's a teenager, and this is teenage empowerment. Mind you, it's a really dark story. But yeah, that's like how I think about it. But honestly, when it comes to subject matter, I don't have a clue, man. I legitimately don't have a clue. Because, like, again, Chainsaw Man is pretty hardcore. I like Goddess Dormitory as background boob noise. It can be funny and cringy, but will ultimately be forgotten by the time next season hits. Oh, okay, so background noise, got it. Any spoiler about Seven Deadly Sins? Oh, well, let me check. I can check, Going Rogue. I've been reading that one as well. I think you know that already, though. Let me check, man. I think they're on break this week, but I also saw Fire Force had a chapter this week, so I guess I'll find out. I mean angel in a different sense. Angel back then just meant they were dead, not actual divine servants of God. Fair enough, Anime Miss. Fair enough. That makes more sense. Apologies. One Piece length is hit or miss. ANN had an article saying we should just drop the shonen shoujo labeling. Yeah, I can feel that. That said, when I think shoujo, I am thinking of a very specific thing, but that's because I don't know that much about shoujo. I don't know, man. Like, it's just I don't think it's gonna happen when the most popular magazine in the world is called Shonen Jump. Like in this case, Shonen Jump is the one that makes the label. So as long as Shonen Jump exists, I don't think it's gonna be lost. And like, you know, yeah, no, it is hard because like when I think if you tell me something is shonen, that really doesn't tell me all that much about it. It maybe indicates to me that there's like an overall message of idealism going on in there at the end, maybe, but otherwise, yeah, when I hear something like if I it's different. If I hear that something is made by Shonen Jump or Shueisha, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, there's a level of quality here that most other manga aren't going to be able to meet. Like that's really the big thing. Shonen Jump, a Shonen Jump series carries a certain degree of pedigree that you might not expect from other series. Like I could tell you guys a bunch of other shonen that you probably wouldn't know and be like, oh well, wow. Or I could tell you a bunch of other shonen magazines that would mean nothing to you. Oh, yo, going rogue. Did you see chapter 26 of Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse? I've only been living for the boys' sakes, for Shigaraki, but now it's over. It's over. Lord of Evil's dream will die. Garaki. Oh, yes, I know that one. L likes you because sugar keeps his brain function at high levels. All those calories burn up during brain processing. Oh, Sarge coming in here like a boss. Cool. Akudama drive. Ah, thank you, Mark. Akudama. Dang it. Any news on Skeleton Knight in World Anime? That's probably a Gohan question. 8th mobile suit team. I'm not a big into One Piece as I used to be, mainly because of adding too many more questions, but I still want to read about certain parts. Fair enough, man. I think I know which ones you want to read about, too. I hope Chainsaw Man Part 2 comes sometime soon. It got really good at the end. I'm really want to experience high school alongside Denji. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Shouldn't Luffy's crew be able to take on strong people? Roger's crew was a beast crew from the info we have been given. Well, I think they should be able to take on strong people, and believe me, Gohan, I really enjoy it. But I don't like Oda's style. It's just because like we go from 0 to 100 pretty quick with the other crew members. Like for me, like when I'm looking at Wano Gohan, there's a few people that I feel are legitimately justified in terms of the crew members, right? Like Zoro is justified doing whatever he's doing. Like any victory Zoro gets, I feel like it's super justified. Any victory that Jinbei gets is super justified. Any victory that Sanji gets is super justified. Those are the really easy ones in my mind, right? I'm talking about my perspective on this. And then beyond them, the only one who has a super justified victory is Frankie. And the reason for that is because we've seen Frankie do one-on-ones consistently since time skip, right? During Punk Hazard, Frankie by himself counters Buffalo and Baby 5. When we go into Dressrosa, Frankie again is fighting to the limit with Senor Pink. Like Frankie has a nice escalation kind of thing, but then when you look at other characters like Brooke and Robin, they don't get to have fights to completion, especially in Whole Cake. Like Brooke and Robin didn't get any serious fight in Dressrosa, so you don't really get anything there. And then Brooke didn't get any serious fight in Whole Cake Island that was shown to its completion and was a proper one-on-one with someone that he was evenly matched with. And because of that, it's just like when you go into now this part, for someone like Nami and Usopp, their fight was really good in that they're weak characters and they took a lot of effort to actually make that fight work. On paper it works, but then when you go into like someone like Brooke and Robin, it's like this is the first time we're actually seeing them show off the upper limits of their power. And it's unfortunate because you don't get that nice little build up as you're going to see the upper limit. So that's the big thing with me. For some of them, I just think they were so vague in terms of what to imagine, what to expect from them going into Wano, that when I'm finally seeing it there, it's like, it kind of throws me off in terms of the power scaling. It just it throws me off. Like, when I look at Ulti, I'm thinking like, yeah, Ulti had to take a lot of hits. She took a hit from Big Mom before she went down. That's pretty cool. And then for Frankie, it's like, well, Frankie's actually able to really mess people up. That makes sense. But then the other characters that weren't defined quantities just throw it off for me. So that's like the big explanation, Gohan. My issue is ultimately just some characters should have gotten more build up for their fights, because then I would have been able to be more into it and really respect it. It's just like when I don't really have good measurements for Robin and Brooke, it kind of devalues their captains for me, or like their fights for me. Sorry, the fights with the captains that they got. So what do you guys think going to the plan for Izuku in the story, maybe working with his friends? Well, Chris, I don't have any really good ideas right now. I'm really just hoping that we get downtime. I just want to take a break. I want the kids to talk to each other for a little bit. If next chapter comes and we're still going at 110%, that's going to be kind of scary. Oh, wait, actually, no. Next chapter is going to be Ochako's save Izuku's soul moment. So let's see how that goes. You know, it'd be really great if All for One attacks right then and there, because that'd be hilarious. Demographics have art styles embedded within them. Their straw is too small of a crew to not be powerhouses. Let's see. Yeah, no, I understand that. It's just I just to make it clear again, I want a more followable rise to power, as opposed to people just suddenly, or people just coming out and being strong. And mind you, again, like, this is what they train for, but it's also kind of insane that Robin could, well, actually no, it's not insane, because Robin was in the New World, possibly. Maybe. It's just so... I just wish I knew more about what the Straw Hats could do after time skip, instead of, like, what, 500 chapters later? Wait, how many chapters has it been since time skip? Let's say Dressrosa was, like, around 700. Yeah, like, over 300 chapters after time skip. It's unfortunate that now you're finding out about Robin's limits, when people like Sanji and people like Luffy hit their limits pretty early on in time skip. Anyway, that's my overall thesis. Love the hypocrisy where Japanese don't like manga because they sympathize with the villains, but Death Note exists, and they love that series to the point it actually outsold One Piece sales for a bit. Death Note is about punishing criminals. You think that's weird? Imagine the people who watched Dragon Ball, then see Z to find out Goku was an alien. They probably blew everyone's mind since they thought the show was more mythical. Oh yeah, because of Son Goku. Oh, because of the Monkey King, right? Shonen Jump is a company that likes kids and big strong teens. Re-Monster updated today. Oh, nice. Jinbei, one of my favorites. Yeah, me too. Haven't checked it up. Let's see. The Queen Mother still gives me the heebie-jeebies with those facial expressions at Re-Monster. Queen's Mother. I don't know that character, Vance. One day I want to watch an anime series that has characters who are aware of the viewer's camera. It's not like they are aware that they are in a show, but they can see the origin of our POV. Huh. That's interesting, Viz. John, it will come. Let's see. Funimation, but Crunchyroll, they will not be called Funchiroll. Alright. On the thought about Death Note, we saw kid go from noble ideal to serial killer. My Villain Academia is showing known killers going into protagonist role where we sympathize with them. Couldn't do that with Light. I mean, I still don't really sympathize with Shigaraki. Like, I feel bad for his story, and I'm pretty sure he's like the most convenient tool in the world, but I don't sympathize with him. I don't sympathize with Twice either. I mean, I like Twice for the comedic relief, but I don't sympathize with him. I don't think I sympathize with Toga either. Because, like, I know we were talking about mental deviancies earlier, but Toga, from what I can see, has an unhealthy obsession with blood. But beyond that, I see no reason why she can't just suck out blood and not kill a person. I don't see that she needs to kill a person to get the blood that she wants. So yeah, no. In general, I don't sympathize with those characters. If anything, I appreciate like how much effort goes into them in terms of the writing, like the same way I do for Overlord. But I don't sympathize with those characters. Like maybe I might sympathize with Spinner, just because he was radicalized after a lifetime of being ostracized. But otherwise, yeah, I don't got sympathy for them. Used to hate on Chainsaw Man and praise Jujutsu Kai, but I love Chainsaw Man upon my reread and end up dropping Jujutsu Kai. I wondered what this says about me. Oh, nothing. It just says that your tastes change according to your current stage of growth. Not really a big deal there, Death Ray. That's normal. Next chapter, Ochako covering up her traitorous actions by appearing noble. Maybe. Oh, hello, Argo. Trip, I was talking about the tomboy princess mother and her obsession with... Oh, okay. Thank you, Vance. I don't think I've read the most recent manga chapters, Vance, so I don't know this queen's face. I'll have to look it up. I thought my first anime was Naruto, but I remember Ninja Scroll and the next one 9 years old. Huh. Interesting. Argo Revan. Okay. I don't sympathize with Toga, but my lower body does. Death Ray, I can appreciate that. Horikoshi is going to take inspiration from Frank Miller and have Ochako, Izuku back to full health, a la Wonder Woman to Superman. Alright. Yeah, alright. Sure. Let's do that. So when do you think 86 Season 2 will come back since it's coming up? In October, right? So that's the fall season. Probably like early October. Because that's probably where fall season starts. Pretty excited. I should make a video for that as well. Thank you, Chris. I will remember that. I need to make a video about that. About what happened at the end of season 1. In case anyone wants spoilers. But yeah, it should be like early October. If I got the schedule correct in my head, it should be early October. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for people to find out what exactly happened to the Alba. Because it's hilarious. I think we don't really get to talk about it too much. But for 86, it's a really interesting adaptation in that it was like, I think, one book to the season, which is really rare. Right now we have Realist that's doing that as well. But the thing with 86 is that it has an epilogue. And the epilogue pretty much tells you what happens at the end of the time that's covered in Volume 2 and Volume 3 of the light novel. So it's interesting. What ends up happening, and this might be an effect of the author maybe not knowing if they were going to continue 86. But the epilogue happens, and then Volume 2 comes in, and Volume 2 goes back to tell the story of Shin and them and how they get to the end of the epilogue of Volume 1. Really interesting story technique, because it pretty much it's doing exactly what, or in the novels, it did exactly what My Villain Academia did, in that it tells you the conclusion, and then it's telling you, like, hey, here's how we get to the conclusion. But it's very rare to actually see that in light novel form. So that's why, like, on a talking level, it's got my attention.
Time to go.
Okay, let's see. It'll be an interesting dynamic for one person to see arc POV, but every time they get close enough to grab the metaphor, it switches to a new position. It just makes them look crazy. Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty funny, Viz. Look it up right now. It's really... Vance, I'll do it after stream, man. Oh, you posted it? Okay, that's easier. That's much easier. Thank you, Vance. That's hot. That's pretty hot. Good face. I don't sympathize with League, but I can see why I wouldn't want kids to feel that way. We see, like, go from regular kid to villain. Also, I see Toga as a drug addict born with condition. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think, yeah, that's probably a good way of seeing it, Ty. If any of the villains will rehabilitate, let's expect them all people being mad that characters they found relatable lost all their qualities like murder. Yo, Animamus, if people are actually upset that the villains rehabilitated, I'm going to be very upset about that. One thing that I've recently become interested in is seeing the return of Higantomachia. I just really want to see how he'll respond to the whole all-for-one Vestige taking over Shigaraki thing. Well, Higantomachia was already pointing it out early, right? Because Higantomachia was saying that he was sensing two masters. Like, he could smell two masters, which really brings into question what exactly he's smelling and how his sense of smell is interfacing with his perception of smell. But, yeah, man. Machia. Interesting stuff. Oh, I died. Boys, I died. This is terrible.
I condemn you. Let us cross swords. Freeze to the core.
Here we go. Yay, Eula! Woo! Alright, excellent. So there's that. I think we're doing a good job here. Anyway, back to Higantomachia. I am legitimately interested in seeing Higantomachia as well. Mostly because I kind of want to see if Kirishima is going to get more things. And, you know, I know Higantomachia has every quirk except for Crimson Riot's quirk. But I'm still thinking That Crimson Riot's Makia. I don't know how it's gonna work, but I really hope he is, because that would be pretty insane. And it's just like, it gives more meaning to Kirishima having a whole episode with him. But you know, again, that one's becoming more and more a crazy theory. I really should let go of it. But I don't want to. Let's see. I want to get over there, so we will go over here. Most regular citizens in anime are rated to be South Park citizens level of stupid. Excuse me, I almost choked. Wow, that's really stupid. Think any of the heroes will overhear Ochako's speech towards the people? There shouldn't really be that many heroes in the area. I don't know who's gonna overhear it. Like, maybe if Death Arms is there and he's listening, maybe. But yo, if Ochako's the rallying cry for all these heroes, I'm gonna be actually a little bit miffed. Because it's like, you're listening to an idealistic child. You should probably be listening to Endeavor. Mind you, like, she's not fully idealistic because she's seen shit at this point. But at the same time, it's like, I'd rather take my advice from Endeavor, who's actually suffering out there, than Ochako, who is largely protected by the promises of UA. I would definitely not want to be the MC with a lady giving me faces like that. Whoa, Vance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are we judging people because of their faces, Vance? Come on, Vance. Come on, Vance. You're supposed to be cool, Vance. But okay, fair enough, Vance. Like, she's probably the kind of person that will, like, tie you up, drug you, and keep you in her dungeon or something like that. Oh, that's an idea. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see. You know, wait. Who I'll be surprised to see in the UA, Gentle and La Brava. I would be surprised too. I feel like Gentle and La Brava are probably... I feel like they're probably hanging out in... Ooh, ha ha ha. Oh, this is hilarious. They're probably hanging out with the police though. Like, legitimately. I can't see them doing anything other than being with the police. Oh, nice. Yeah, okay, they're running away. Oh, there's a little Sealy up there in the cage. That's unfortunate. This is a really depressing area. What is going on here? I know I've been here before, but there's a lot of cages. Let's see. Is there a chapter this week? Ah, sorry. No, sorry. There shouldn't be a chapter this week. If there is a chapter, it's because of really early leaks. But it honestly shouldn't be happening. And if there is a chapter this week, it's going to mean there's not going to be a chapter next week because of the delay. So let's just hope we get everything on schedule. Oh, metal key. Okay, that's a giant name, Gohan. You know me and Japanese names. I don't remember them, and I don't know how to read them. Okay, so now we will go over to the other side and take out that island. So all you have to do is put your scent on Makia's upper lip and you're golden. Yeah, pretty much. English name, banished from the hero's party, decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. Ah, I feel like I already know that one. I think I might have read that one, Gohan. Makia means destruction, so should be expected to see him again. Oh, nice, Sar. Higanto Makia probably isn't going to matter because as long as one master's left, he will be fine. I mean, there's a fortress in need of smashing. That is very true, Sar. Is that the one with the death? Okay, let's see. Higanto Makia, why haven't the master summoned me? I wonder where he is. I do hope they have him sedated. Peacemaker, take over, symbol of peace, and All Might can move over. Yo, man, no, Peacemaker's too much. So that means there's another... Okay, let's see. So many people are getting banished from the hero's party lately. Yeah, Talo, I've noticed that too. It must be a new trend. Personally, the thing that practically proved the whole Giganta being criteria false for me was how the extra volume said that Makia said that he was given easy to use quirks. Oh, hey, Jason. Because of his low intelligence, implying that his low intelligence is natural and not due to having multiple quirks. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. When you told me about that, that kind of killed it for me too. This has now become a crack theory, in all honesty. Do you think we could get another My Hero Academia light novel? I would love one that gives us little stories about Deku and his lonesome, and see some of the fights we skipped, or about the other students at UA. Yeah, I think we are gonna get another volume, because I think we're at volume 5 for light novels. So I think it's just like the volumes are just so much money. It's dumped for them to not do it. Like those look, Katakoa, when they released their light novels, and I haven't done a light novel video in a while because I forgot to, but when Katakoa releases a light novel, they're quite happy to get like 10,000 sales in a week. Like if they get 10,000 sales, that light novel in opening week, that light novel is going to be fine, and they're going to continue doing it. But the Shonen Jump light novels do that number easy. Like the Shonen Jump light novels are so aggressive that they will stay on the charts for weeks. Like they will even disappear for a little period and then come back. Like the Jujutsu light novels, those things sell like crazy. So when it comes to the volumes, I should see if the Hero Academia volumes track well, but when it comes to the light novel volumes for Hero Academia, Shonen Jump only makes money making those novels, so I think they're going to produce more. Heck, I think there will even be epilogue volumes for those things. Like over on One Piece, the One Piece novels recently released One Piece Heroines, which is just random side stories of like Nami and Robin and their time skip adventures, which are pretty useless. They're not big deals. They're just like shopping trips or stuff like that. But it's like they made money, right? So that's why probably we're gonna get more light novel volumes. Let's see. Yeah, and once they get banished, be probably just how much the banished party member meant to the team. Maybe Ukitake gets to finally live up to his potential. We should at least see the Bankai here. Maybe even Aizen. Yeah, Jason. So like the Bankais that we got in Can't Fear Your Own World or Hisagi's, and shoot, man, Hisagi's and Shinji's. Those are the Bankais that got revealed there. So I feel like if we're gonna get more Bleach, he's probably gonna redraw them for the manga because he wants everyone to see the Bankais properly. But we should probably also see Kira's Bankai, and then Ukitake's Bankai has to come in. Maybe a better explanation on Unohana's Bankai. I would really like to understand what was going on there. And I think we'll probably see like 5 different versions of Mayuri's Bankai because he's probably going to modify it all the way to the end. Yeah. I think also maybe it'd be cool to see Ikaku's Bankai as well, and maybe Kenpachi's developed Bankai. Yeah. Who else is missing that's really good to see for Bankais? I don't know. Any guess on what they mean when they said that you can connect with the other school, a big tunnel, or can transport one school to the other? Kenneth, I really think it's a giant barrier. They can just make a giant energy barrier. Or like they can connect with the computer systems or something like that. I'll be happy if Gentle gets better quality tea than what they got at the police station. Me too, man. Tai says, there's a dojin where Ochako and Suyu cheer up Izuku after being in the UA infirmary. The guy wrote it in a way that made it seem like Horikoshi had some input. It was actually pretty good. Okay, noted, Tai. Well, considering that in Remonster, she keeps the plates of the MC to lick off herself, and she has, while doing it. Shrug. Okay, Vance. I don't know, Vance. That sounds like a really devoted woman. That sounds like someone that maybe you'd like to keep, like, on speed dial. Maybe. Like, maybe, like, you go to her city one time and you're just kind of having a good time with your friends and you just want to, like, end off the night on a really nice note. Maybe that's the kind of person you call up. Still a really great idea. Thanks for telling me, Vance. What if Ochako goes to do a speech just to get caught off by Gentle stepping up and doing his own speech? Yo. Gentle's already a legend. That's going to be an even greater legend. Hope you saw the English post. Yes, I did. Makia low intelligence being the reason why he could have multiple quirks to a high degree could be funny. Phew. Higanta Makia has 2 all-for-ones now. Wonder if he's met them yet. I'm thinking it'll be like the baby seeing his dad with his dad's twin brother for the first time. Yo, actually, yeah. For some reason, I want UA and other schools are connected by transforming to a Megazord to fight Makia. Okay. If it's a Megazord, then that's different. I'm 100% in. I read more of the Shield Hero spinoff. Now Fumi asked Thingamajig for anti-mold and water coating for his cooking tools. Thingamajig responded by saying, "Kid, I'm running a weapon shop here." Oh, that's funny. The most connection I could see Makia having with Crimson, it would be Makia is the one that killed him. Although this is assuming that Crimson Riot was actually killed at all. So far, Crimson Riot has simply been described as having been a pro hero. The use of past tense implies that he's no longer an active hero. However, whether he was killed or simply retired is still unknown. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that as well, personally. Jason, you saw a comprehensive list of My Hero Academia first week volume sales. The new volume is selling like crazy. I guess people really like Dobby's backstory. Oh, wait, is this on the English market? Hero Public Safety Commission be overjoyed to have Peacemaker in their pocket. If Peacemaker... Yeah, no, they would be. Because he'd be the perfect Nagant. Now, Fumi sounds like he's improving business and not just weapon and armor, but even cooking tools. Surprised how many adventurers could cook with them on quests. Trip, if you had to choose between a Yandere character to be without a toga, Yuno, Esdeath, Misa from Death Note, and Lucy from Elf, who would you choose? Holy crap. Ty, who would you choose? Esdeath. You gave me an easy one there because Esdeath is an extremist, but otherwise, if she likes you, she likes you. If she cares about you, she's gonna take care of you, right? You gave me a really easy one there, Ty. Do not take it away from me. I'm going with Esdeath. Like there's no way around it. Yeah, again, an extremist, but if I'm on her side, I can be the wave to her group of insanity. Let's see. You don't stick it in crazy. Oh, well, boys be brave. Given Deku's age and potency of One for All, when could Izuku be strong enough to take out USJ Nomu? So age doesn't really matter in terms of being strong enough. Like, age would only say maturity, right? Maybe the use of it. Chris, so if I'm thinking about it, I feel like Izuku could maybe take out USJ Nomu right now with just clever use of his quirks. Because guys, remind me, the USJ Nomu, it was like it was able to soak up pain or soak up damage, if I recall. It was like shock absorption or something like that. I don't remember the exact stats for it, but I just feel like Izuku would probably be able to survive against USJ Nomu. I mean, otherwise, like, if you want to just be realistic about it, Izuku's able to use 45% right now. It's only been a year. Give him another year and Izuku can use 100% One for All without a problem. So just give him another year and he 100% can take out USJ Nomu. You always stick it in crazy, but how to vanish afterwards? Yes, Speed, exactly. It's all about the leave game. If you're able to leave without leaving any trace of where you went, you'll be safe. One thing I hope they expand on in fights is the fight between Redestro and Edgeshot and Cementos and Getten. Ty, come on, man. You know they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna expand on it. You know they're not. They're not gonna do that. Ty, come on, man. I don't want you to get disappointed. No, don't hope. How do you still have hope, Ty? I think your best shot at seeing those things expanded is if they redo the arcs into movies. They always seem to find you, Talo says. No, Talo. It's because you're not hiding well enough, Talo. If Todoroki and Midoriya is family, no, man, no way. As that is least likely to kill you. Yep. There's this one isekai I'm watching called Doug Store in Another World. Oh, yes, pretty chilled. Death is a sure win pick. The UA Nomo is pretty much shock absorption. Ah, okay. It's really easy to take care of the USJ Nomo considering that's literally incapable of thinking or performing independent actions. I mean, like, when Chris asked it, I'm assuming that he's meaning, like, imagine that it's in full fight mode. But it's just like, for me, again, when you take it into context, Izuku can already use 45% of One for All now. Because of that, it's just an issue of, well, yeah, no, like 100%. In 1 year, Izuku can 100% take out that USJ Nomu because he's gonna be swinging at above 100. Like, heck, man, he's going to be hitting, like, fake 200%. Or, again, like someone pointed it out, we're actually going to get, like, 1,000,000% Izuku. Like, the author's going to try to redeem himself for screwing that up the first time. I personally can't wait. It's going to be hilarious.
Steady as stone.
See no more.
Are there fireworks going off around me?
You know a thing or two.
Beg for mercy.
Oh, wait. Yo, Jason, did you post something? Because you said that's the My Hero Academia volume list, but I don't see it. Did you post a link? Because sometimes YouTube censors links. If you posted a link, just put the name of the...
More speed.
Oh, I don't... Try to separate the link out if you're posting a link.
Sorry. Sight. We can do it. Go. Cross over.
That's assuming that I'm reading this right, Jason. And I'm assuming that you posted something else there.
You know a thing or two. Finally, I
Go.
see no more.
Guys, would you rather be a samurai or would you rather be a knight? Well, what are you feeling? Which one would you rather be? And you can talk. You can answer me in both, like just in terms of the coolness of it and also just the practicality of it. Which one would you rather be? You know, maybe this is my fandom speaking, but I think I'd be okay being I'd be okay being a samurai, but I'd probably be a ronin. Honestly, I'm not 100% in with the idea of killing myself just because I made a mistake. I make mistakes pretty often, and you know, maybe like old-timey samurai would say I'm very dishonorable when I make my mistakes, and that's exactly why I probably wouldn't want to be a samurai. Let's see. The My Hero Academia update is very by the book. Yep. Random thought. What's your opinion on steakhouses that give you a loaf of bread you have to slice yourself versus a basket of rolls? Whoa, 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 whoa. A loaf of bread I have to slice myself? I'd rather the basket of rolls. No. Everything needs to be done for me in a restaurant. Yeah, no. I get really nervous like having to deal with communal food. So I don't want to cut up the loaf of bread. So I'd rather just have the basket of rolls. Especially at age 18, All Might was no way as strong as Prime All Might. Oh, okay, I get you, Chris. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, because of this, because of the fact that Izuku was able to get to 45% in 1 year, that's why I don't. It's just not. It's not reasonable to really think about it in terms of just age, right? Because in my mind, again, Izuku's going to be hitting 100% in about a year and a half. When you look at the list, My Hero Academia volumes in the first week don't look great. Yeah, I wonder how the total sales would look as well. Oh, Arifureta doesn't come out till January. Good. Akame ga Kill Kingdom is pretty shite. Yep, samurais are cooler to me. Yes, samurais are cooler. Both are too much work. Can't I be the Lord King of one or the other instead? Well, Talo, yeah, you could definitely be it. Okay, so Chris is going for knight. I like knight armor more. Metal armor, I think it's better than what samurai probably have. Probably more heavy though. Yeah, I think knights probably win out in terms of practicality. I think they got better weaponry. But the samurais do have like a rule of cool on them. Like the samurai are really cool. Trip, do you think Izuku will end the series with One for All mastered, or will he end with a significant percentage left to go? I guess he ends somewhere near 70%, and if he doesn't master it, no more than 80%. Yo, man, I don't know. Like, what do you think about that? Like, personally, I feel like give him 100%. Heck, give Izuku 1,000,000% by the end of the series. It's because like I feel like Izuku's gonna get to his maximum, and then if we do a sequel series, Izuku's gonna be falling from the maximum. I can't help it, Trip. For some reason, I've always had some sort of hope for creators, even though I've been disappointed with like Disney Star Wars. You know, Ta, you have too big of a heart, man. You can be the samurai king knight like Arthur in Fire Force. That's true, random. That's true. Any hoosers. Oh, I got to the end. Great. You know, I'm thinking about it. I might have asked like the worst crowd if they would rather be knights or samurais, just because the bias is there. But yeah, at least we know a good chunk of us care about the cool factor, and good to know that Chris is thinking about this properly. Well, not thinking about it properly, but thinking about the pros and cons here. I do think knights probably have better survivability, and you know, worth pointing out, if you're a knight, it's probably because you own land. Oh shit. Oh, damn it. Crap. I forgot this was here. No. Not doing that. Nope. Chosen excellent chicks, and it seems we already have Bonkai power up in the series. Yeah, man. I saw that chapter as well. It's just beast mode. I'm sure they'll have more power-ups. Like, Tokyo Ghoul had a lot. Did Tokyo Ghoul have a lot? I feel like Tokyo Ghoul had a lot of different stages. If you asked me in high school, I would have said Samurai. But being a knight, you're set for life once you make it with land. Samurai, you make a mistake, and you were considered to fix that mistake. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, if you decide to go the Ronin route and become a Ronin, you'll be fine, pretty much. But otherwise, it's going to be a miserable existence. Like, you know, Talo was correct to... Or, Talo had a good idea pointing out, like, I'd rather just be the king or lord. But Talo's always been, like, a big idea type of guy. Personally, I'm expecting Izuku to end the series at greater than 100. I've never considered 100% the end point. Once Izuku masters powers... the next part is improving it. So, I'm expecting Izuku to end the series at least 120%. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like, I mean, like, he'll definitely plus Ultra, because that's... It'd be kind of silly to not plus Ultra at the end, especially if you're doing some big climax. You know, I guess it's like... Oof, I died. How is that even possible? Anyway, I think it might be worth thinking about why exactly did Horikoshi give Izuku Fa-Jin. I feel like Fa-Jin's ultimately going to be a gigantic factor when it comes to the final fights. Just because Fa-Jin being like a multiplier itself, I think Horikoshi was getting ready. Like when I see Fa-Jin, it's because he definitely wants to hit 1,000,000% with it. He wants to redeem himself from that one time he had to apologize over Izuku's 1,000,000%. Jason said it's Battle Shonen. Most likely Hody will give us a taste of 100% Shigi versus 100% Deku, even if it's for a little bit. Bleach was a rare series that didn't have the final match occur like I expected. Oh yeah, because in Bleach, you ended up going... Yeah, Izuku... Sorry, not Izuku. Ichigo got his powers stripped from him. And then it was pretty much Ichigo beating Bak with the final... With his first power set, right? Like, that was actually really interesting. I felt really bad for Ichigo that he lost so much of his power before the final fight. Because I actually like the idea of perfect fusion Ichigo. Or perfect balance Ichigo. But, yeah, what can you do? I guess, like, in a way... You know, on paper, Bleach did end off with a really unique setup. With Aizen being useful at the end. And Ichigo getting his opportunity right then and there. Man, Bleach. I come to love Bleach a little bit more every time I talk about it. But mostly it's because Jason's here to talk to me about it as well.
Steady as. Gee, this isn't good.
Maybe I should learn Japanese. Then I could go and interview Kubo and ask him how what he thought about making Bleach. Ah, that's a goal. Could probably do that. Yeah, that's a goal. Let's make that a goal. Let's see. You know, thinking about it, the manga authors are usually really humble. I wonder what an actual conversation with them would be like. I wonder if they would be as humble as they are just whenever they're doing, you know, the written interviews for like the publications and all that. Like Oda, for Oda, he seems like he's a fun guy to talk to just because he'll tell you what the One Piece is without a lot of problem. Like there's a lot of people in Oda's personal circle that knows what the One Piece is. Like I remember the interviews, some people have told him to please not tell them what the One Piece is. Just because he's that kind of guy. Sounds pretty funny. Anyway. Going back here, Izuku will join the band Spinal Tap so that his dial can go to 11. Like Tokyo Ghoul. Alright, the manga for I'm a Spider, So What is the part where Ariel appears after Kumiko fights Podamas. Okay, cool. Bleach essentially ended like Shaman King. What do you mean? Like, oh wait. Right, because Shaman King has Kang Bang Zhang that shows up later to finish the story properly. And then it has like 3 different attempts at a sequel series before finally settling on Shaman King, the Superstar. Guys, I have tried a lot to try and find out how I can follow Shaman King, and I finally found where the sequel series was. It's really interesting that no one's scanlating the sequel series, but it's available on Amazon if anyone's interested. It's Shaman King the Superstar. Anyway, I would be fine having to commit thingamajig. I'm here for an exciting life, not a long one. Also, I hate being wrong, and in that case, I wouldn't have to deal with that. Wow, Death Ray. I can appreciate how honest you were. Holy crap. Don't forget that Izuku doesn't have to go toe-to-toe with Nomu like All Might. With just Float and Black Whip, that Nomu would be toast. I agree. Black Whip is a big thing here. Deku beats All for One with Galactic Smash. Yo, 100%. Like, Izuku, like, yeah. Imagine Izuku uses Black Whip, and he wraps up all his friends, and he does a copy of Naruto getting his friends in the Nine Tails. Oh, yeah. Galactic Smash is pretty much everyone unleashing super moves on All for One's non-existent face. Going road said knight mostly because of the armor, but samurai is more skill. Be a knight and rich, then die by dishonor. My family stab my heart. Trip. For the He-Man series, Kevin Smith has completely stopped talking about it. His YouTube channel has suffered from negative comments the last 2 weeks. Even Netflix stopped talking about it. I know, Ty. I know about that. I really think Kevin Smith probably should have taken a page from professionals and taken a page from how manga authors deal with criticism, in that they either make like one snarky remark in a publication or they make no comment about it at all. I think he should have done that. I just think the more he talked, the worse he made it for himself. I think he really should have just backed away. I'm not gonna lie, one thing that I don't like about this new this new era that we live in, I don't like product creators criticizing the people who are buying the product. I you know, maybe I'm old school, but I like the days of putting something out there and just taking your hits, you know, not making any kind of snide remarks about it. Just take your hits, take any kind of feedback you can, and move on. I'm not a fan of like people like game developers going on Twitter and berating their player base. Even though sometimes the player base deserves it, I feel like it's better. Like these kind of situations, I think in the long run, for the majority of them, you can probably stand to just be cool as a cucumber and just take the hits. And just, you know, maybe once a year say something about it. But again, that's old school. It's just like before Twitter, this was kind of how things worked. Like game developers would only talk, or you know, anyone that's a product creator would only talk about their frustrations behind closed doors. Mind you, some jobs still do that, or you do that in some jobs still, but everything back then was more professional in that sense. Maybe I'm too old though. Anyway, for Kevin Smith, this just was a big example of what not to do. If Izuku masters One for All and is doing his ultimate attack like All Might's United States of Smash, besides the 1,000,000%, what would Izuku call his ultimate move? I would love to see him come up with a new name for a move all his own. Yeah, I would love to see him come up with something original as well. But I don't know. I can't really think of it. Personally, I think naming things after the United States is pretty lame. I found that to be pretty cringe. Like, I don't like All Might's naming sense in any which way. But I get it. It's an homage. Yeah, I don't know. Smash is just such an important part. Call it Green Smash or something like that. I think Fajin is there to allow him to use 100% early without having to justify him using it, as well as to allow him to go beyond his limits in the final fight. Agreed. Good point on that first half there, though, Sarge. Welcome to 2020s, and has gotten proven that multiple times at this point. Trip, thoughts on the potential Digivolution we'll be getting next episode? Looks interesting. Animamus, you're still there. I don't know what exactly that Digivolution is. Is that the Angemon Digivolution? I feel like the ending of Bleach wasn't exactly what Kubo wanted at the final fight. The final chapter was fine, but just the last fight was frustrating. No, I feel that. And 100%, like, that ending isn't what he ultimately wanted. We know Bleach was cancelled. And we know Kubo probably didn't plan it well enough in terms of everything he wanted to cover. So yeah, no man, I feel ya. Yeah, who ended up with who in Bleach is what we wanted, but how he rushed there wasn't. Just felt bad for him in that aspect. Yeah, I feel bad for him too. There's a YouTube series called Japanese from Zero that's pretty cool to use if you want to learn. Oh, okay, Japanese from Zero. Let me write that down. Because Kara, she can speak Japanese and read it well enough, so I sometimes use her as a last-minute translator if I need something really translated. But yeah, cool to know. Thanks, Sarge. I should rewatch Kubo and the Two Strings. Damn good movie. Noted. Tallow. Shaman King manga ending was poop. Real talk no jutsu. Most of these writers can't handle powerful villains in coherent ways. You're talking about the true final ending, right? For me, not gonna lie, I really liked the follow-up series for it, Jason, because like Yost pretty much in that series is like, yeah, as it turned out, Hal was right. He was completely right. It's actually really hard to bring peace to the world. Who would have thought? So I actually liked that they tried to convince him, and I liked that plan failed for them. And now you're moving into like pretty much the dispute between gods in Shaman King. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting when you look at the endings we get in series. Hearing you say All for One's not made me laugh so much. Great White Despair. Deku uses the world smash against All for One. Maybe. So Knights of the Round from FF7. Knights of the Round from FF7. Okay, Knight or Samurai. If you get too powerful, the king will off you and your family. Japanese doesn't want to do that to their... I think it's more of a West thing at this point. Let's see. Deku at full power combined with full... should literally be knocking people off the planet. Agreed. That's the censorship over here is... That and the censorship over here is just dumb. And Mark says, Anime Watcher, can't wait to see what happens next week. Manga readers, I'm 4 parallel universes... I'm 4 parallel universes ahead of you. Oh, the fools. The One Piece is. Excellent. FF7 Knights of the Round was such a pain to get. I only bothered to get it once. Huh. Interesting. Tallow says it's like James Mangold going on a Twitter flame war over people commenting on how old Harrison Ford looked to be playing Indiana Jones again. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I mean, I think that's a fair criticism. Like you can say like, yeah, he is pretty old. I mean, good for him, right? I'm actually really happy that he's still getting work at his age. But then again, he's also rich. Let's see. Gaia Smash mean the whole world. Sharing the zone a la Kuroko's basketball. Oh, yeah. Let me check the Digimon preview again. Yeah, please, Animamus. Especially how Netflix said they wanted Tila to be like Korra and Wonder Woman and wanted realistic film, but what we got was a spoiled brat. 2002, He-Man still #1. Yeah, I like 2002 more. But yeah, with Tila, it's just like badly executed. Like, I feel like Tila is a little bit of a just... So first off, her problems in the series are just dumb problems to have. And then she just feels like a bunch of stereotypes. Like, honestly, I'd be 100% in if you want to do a lesbian character. Guy? Yeah, I'm in. But people are more than their sexuality. Like, the only times that a character shouldn't be more than their sexuality, and this is really questionable too, because the genres sometimes develop people that really want more, but the only times that people should be defined by their sexuality is if you're in romance. If you're not doing a romance or a romantically charged thing, you shouldn't be defining people by their sexuality or like by like just weird stereotypes. And mind you, this isn't applying to Tila, but it happens a lot, you know, just in other series that focus a lot around showing new identities or something like that. A character is more than their orientation. Like, yeah, 100%. You can have the character have an anecdote about life that's linked to their orientation, and you can make a really wonderful story about it, but it shouldn't be something that's so in your face, right? And mind you, like, I try to be careful with this too, because this goes both ways. Even if you're doing like just straight stuff, like I said before, when you're doing a romance story, sexuality is right there in your face the entire time. But I think there's sometimes an overcorrection that occurs in Western media, and I think it's okay to show off characters being cool without bringing up any aspect of their sexuality, both straight and not straight. Like, for instance, just to give the example of Hero Academia in general, like a lot of situations in Hero Academia are really cool moments that have nothing to do with whether or not Izuku likes a girl, right? It's just, it'd be nice to see more of that. Mind you, again, not exactly pertaining to He-Man, but this is just something I feel that doesn't do anyone a service when it comes to showing different identities in media. I think you can probably be a little bit classier with it. And mind you, again, I have the same complaints when it comes to like a superhero show that spends way too much time on emotional drama, like The Flash. God, The Flash is sometimes cringe, man. Sometimes really cringe. Like The Flash is like sometimes, like The Flash recently had a storyline about family, and it's like, yo, it's really weird to be calling a grown man that spent 30 years away from you your son. Like, holy crap. But yeah, I don't know if anyone watched The Flash on the CW, but that was a storyline featuring the Still Force and like a bunch of other cosmic forces. It was really just cringe. But that's the CW. They like to put a lot of romance into their stuff. Izuku is All Might ripoff. Holy just got carbon copy. Let's see. Moving on. Was it into the second Avatar series? I was into the second Avatar series. I really liked it. I like Kuvira. I mean, Deku made up Manchester Smash, which isn't even American. Yeah, that's true, but it's still derived. Still kind of like, still kind of related, Sarge. One Piece villains have limited options to deal with them without being too silly, yeah. Villains can be written well, just depends on the story. Some don't do a good job, others do so. And then, it's also an issue of the dismount. Like, some villains, some authors just don't know how to end them proper. What's your opinion on Spy X Family? No opinion, I haven't read it. Oh, nice. Volume 5. Nice, Gohan. If One for All is the culmination of past people's power, but hysterical strength is still a thing. Oh, I think hypothetical strength. No, it's their peak strength, right? It's the culmination of their peak strength. So, like, Izuku going past 100% is pretty much like, I see it as Izuku adding strength onto it. Like, if you went to like 110% of your current efforts, it's ultimately, if I say I go 110% when I was having like an epic fight or when I was doing an epic workout, then what I'm saying is essentially, I went past the limit I thought I had before. And I'm pretty sure that new 110% will become Izuku's new maximum. Like, honestly, the 110% in the... It really depends on how you explain Izuku's 100%, right? Because, like, when Izuku gets to 100%, that means that Izuku is using 100% of the stockpile. But then any strength that is coming from his own body is technically adding to that percentage. So his final percentage should be over 100%, because it's the 100% of the stockpile plus Izuku's natural strength, which would probably put it at maybe 110% or something like that. Chris, it's a matter of where exactly you start asking that question from. But the Vestige's power, I think, is locked to where it is. I don't think the Vestiges are going to grow anymore. The stockpile stays the stockpile, and the only one that's adding to it is Izuku at this moment. Tony Tiger is the ultimate villain. I wasn't into Korra either. Love triangles were the worst I've ever seen. They lost one of the creators from the original series, and it shows. Yeah, for me, I don't care about Season 1. I love Season 2 for the spiritual world aspect. Season 3 with Zahid was also, I really enjoyed it. And Season 4, I really enjoyed. Like, the villains made it for Season 3 and 4 for me. Also, like, Season 3 had a brutal kill when girl with the shooty laser from her forehead got encased in metal and she blew up. Yo, that was a freaking brutal kill. Holy crap moly. Yeah, the more powerful you make them, unless you really planned it well from the start, it tends to get sillier the stronger they are. Knights of the Round was the top level material to get. Oh, I get you. All right. Marvel has defeated so many strong villains with Time Child, it is even funny. Korra, the one who kissed everyone in her squad. I just thought Korra blew its load on second season, then just kept trying to squeeze water from a stone for another few seasons. Should have stopped well ahead. For Japanese from Zero, he has a playlist called Japanese from Zero Book 1. That should be your starting point. Plus, you can find PDFs of his books on Google. So, oh, okay. Gotcha, Sarge. The new He-Man is just bad fanfic. She probably did more than just Kid. Korra is a homewrecker. I have a problem when they change the core of the character. It's just messed up to do. Only Digimon I saw in the preview that you guys talk about is Gravamon. He was one of the Death Generals in Cross Wars. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch all the Cross Wars. Okay, Gravamon. Yeah, he's the one that's in the when Izzy does his little preview of what Digimon they're gonna spotlight next time. Yeah, that if that's the one, that's cool. Does he digivolve from Angemon, Animamus? Gay male MC in Shonen Jump when? Oh boy. Guy, I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening. Not as long as Yaoi exists. I don't think that's happening. I don't know if Shonen Jump's feeling brave. I think maybe wait for the Chainsaw Man author to come back for a second round. Do you think that they'll do a decent adaptation of My Hero Academia with 5 episodes left too? I think so still. Aki. Sorry, I had to take a while to figure out what I was going to call you. No, I think so, Aki. I think they are. Like 5 episodes left for 22 chapters. It can be done. But I'm expecting some skipping. Like the way Star Trek Picard had 7 of 9 become a lesbian on the last scene of the last episode with no development towards whatsoever. Only Dom can mention family. Yeah, Dom is a legend, alright? If Dom says family, everyone should kind of just scatter. That's different. Dropped the Flash a while ago. I still watch it as like background noise, personally. Picard show was trash. Don't watch Star Trek. For me, it was obvious Adam and Tila had feelings for each other, but no show ever showed them getting together. The 80s show couldn't show romance, and 2000 Man got cancelled. Hate how they treated Adam. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, you know me, man. I'm not a fan of... Look, if you want to make a character amazing, you don't have to assassinate another character. And this goes for like both villains and heroes, because sometimes they'll assassinate a hero to make... character assassinate a hero to make a villain seem more better. And then they will assassinate a villain to make a hero seem more better. You don't need that. Just make cool characters. Just put in effort. I know like maybe it might take out some momentum, but I think that's a better way to go about it. And yes, Lower Decks. I'm watching Lower Decks as well. I quite enjoy it. I watched most of the Flash series on CW. The quality varies widely. Season 3, my personal favorite. Like the idea of Evil Berry, too bad it wasn't utilized well. Trip is a Kavir fan too? Yeah, bruh. I love that, man. I like the villains in Korra for season 3 and season 4. I thought they were really good. He-Man's my favorite show, but She-Ra New Show don't even mention him or anything about his series. Oh, Going Rogue. That's because of law, though. There's legal disputes about the license. Trip likes dictator energy. 100%. I love studying dictators. Black Clover does the best going past limits. Yes, the biggest thing that holds back CW's Flash is budget. I think that's why they have to play up the emotion stuff too much. The show need to be on HBO and have 10 seasons a season to be really good. I actually agree with Jason, because this is something that happens. Like the CW, like let's also be fair. The CW trends towards young adults, and young adults apparently like romance. So 100%. That's why I feel okay giving the Flash a pass on emotional stuff, because I know they're doing that because depicting character drama is cheap. So that's why it's just better to do that in general. It's just like the recent season was just a lot for me. You can really mess up your back working out like that. She-Ra reboot was bad. I don't watch that, so I don't know. Alright, the big chapter for Integral coming soon. Oh, great. Guys, also, I'm going to probably call it in 5 minutes here. Season 1 is better than Season 2, and your interesting take. How do you mess up the Dark Avatar storyline so much? Legend of Korra really knew how to murder their characters. What are your thoughts on the rumors of the Netflix Avatar reimagining? Chris, let me research that, because I've heard about it, but I don't know enough. Oh, hey, Miguel. Gonna be ending it pretty quick here. Gonna call in 5 minutes. Can't wait for the chapter that Zoro and Sanji start compete to each other to see who can beat King and Queen first. Yes, that's gonna be great. Since they're doing the Injustice story in animation, I hope they do the fight where Superman versus He-Man. He-Man made Superman see the light literally. Oh. What? Okay. I've read isekai manga that have some brutal kills. One where the MC sliced some female thief in half that tried to kill him. Ugh. Trip, not sure if you got around to Slime, but if you did, what's your take on Guy Crimson? I've read the manga. I like him quite a lot, but I need to reread. So give me a I also need to watch Slime. So give me a little bit of time and I can answer that. See ya, White Despair. Let's see. Isn't it 6 episodes? Oh, sorry. It's 6 episodes, right. Thank you, Sarge. I hope it's Spinner or Shigaraki, the ones that do the preview for My Hero Academia. Oh, that'd be appropriate. Season 1 was hurt by the handling of airbending. Korra annoying, boring, pro-bending, and love triangle nonsense. Yep, this will never happen, but imagine there's a shonen where the FL is revealed to be a trap and the protagonist doesn't care and still loves them. Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Do you think there will be a new opening for My Hero Academia? No. No. Of course, the Cuban has a thing for dictators. Yeah, I need to understand how people can put themselves beneath a dictator's wings. Look, man, one of the weirdest things that still rocks my core is that to this day, old Cubans still kind of stand by Fidel Castro. It's a wild thought. It just interests me so much. And it's like, I want to understand more. The silhouette that was being teased was Gravamon. Read out he's Patamon. Seraphimon is pretty much going to be Patamon's unless he gets an alternate evolution. Okay. Okay. I thought it looked evil, so I'm happy to hear you say that, Animamus. Season 2 Korra, for me, was her character being the dumbest, especially wiping out the Avatar cycle. Next Avatar has only Korra for advice, and she has to write letters to the future Avatar in comics. Oof. Main character Digimon being Royal Knight. Okay, random crack theory. All Might is actually from the future and knows future either. Alright, no. 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 That's Midoriya Shonen. Nah. Superman versus He-Man was after Injustice 2. No way they can fit that in the movie time limit. Oh, interesting. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there. Probably the beard. People dig a strong beard. Too bad I want pop songs. Anyway, I'll call it there, and I'll start saying the good nights a little bit early. So, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have a fun time. Saying good night to Speed, Matt, Tallow, Chris, Going Rogue, Viz, Gohan, John, Jason, Sam, Animamus. Oh, Aang, Zuko, Katara have been cast. Oh, neat. And good night to Random and Chris, Mark. Oh, yeah, Mark. And yeah, nice to have you back, Sarge. And good night to Miguel and John. And we'll have more good talks tomorrow. So without further ado, guys, sleep well, stay safe, and ending the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.